We are in the losers bracket, everybody! Or as Blizzard calls it, the lower bracket, because in the Nexus there are no losers. So, Battlefield of Eternity is our first map, another best of 5, and we got the TomCats against the Hardos, everybody. Yeah, lower bracket, losers bracket for now, more best of 5s, and obviously now your tournament life is on the line. It is still a bit surprising to me that the Hardos are here. But they found themselves in probably the toughest match in the first round of the tournament against the Chili Donuts. And so far, the Donuts had a fantastic run. And yeah, the TomCats, they got a bit unlucky with their semi-final, didn't they? They made it into the winner bracket semi-final and then they faced off against Team. And it went as expected. Favorites are just a bit too strong right now. We're in Battlefield of Eternity, though, as our first map. And I am curious. We definitely have a favorite here. The Hardos, they're coming into this one as the favorites. But the TomCats, they have done well in the past, and I want to see how far they can go here now too. So yeah, this should be pretty interesting. I'm generally really pleasantly surprised that we have so many teams in the European scene that might not be part of the top 4. But that are emerging and constantly, you know, like trying to push in and improve. And it also gives, I mean, honestly, the one thing that I can't stand anymore is all this bullshit that pops up on Reddit, on Twitch chat and others, where people are just QQing all day and saying like, oh, it's an old guy's club and you don't have a chance as a new emerging player. Why don't they give new people a chance? And the people that are whining are always like two sorts of people. It's the people that have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And it's the people that don't want to have a chance. They want to have a spot in one of the top teams immediately without putting the work in. And nothing pisses me off more. It's so annoying. With how many tournaments we have these days where you can sign up, that are open tournaments, where anybody can sign up. You can just put a team together, you can sign up, and we have also the amateur scene. Everybody that wants to show how good they are has an opportunity to sign up for something like the X Cup Fall. That's why we designed it this way. Everybody who wants to do it can sign up for Heroes Lounge and others, and then show how good they are, and just show the old guards, so to say, that they are here to take over. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to get a spot at the table immediately without putting the work in, and so you have the crybabies take over. That's why I love someone like the TomCats. They come in, they say, you know what, guys? X Cup, awesome idea. We love the format, we love the system, we're going to participate. They put a team together, they play through the playoffs, they are there every single time, they farm those points, and now they show us what they can do. And it might not be enough to break into the top 4, might not be enough to take the Hardos down here. But these guys are getting better, these guys are getting experience, and they're putting the work in. I can absolutely respect that. And thanks to the format of the X Cup, they're also going to get some prize money no matter where they end up here. And that is awesome. So big shout out to them. And it's very, very fun to watch them. They have a lot of cool ideas. And it's just awesome to see a team like them grow. Goes Fathers obviously as well. We had Team Order doing well. We had Inding for Ruby now for a long time with us. So it's not only something that's true for the TomCats, but for a lot of other teams too. So kudos to all of them. Very much appreciated and big respect. So now with that, we got our first draft shaping up, but I of course also want to point out that the X Cup is possible, made possible, by a private sponsor. So it's a private person that actually sponsored the X Cup Summer and the X Cup Fall, both of them. Someone that wanted to give back to the Heroes of the Storm community, someone that's been part of the Heroes of the Storm community ever since the first alpha, came in and enjoyed the games that were played in the tournament scene during HGC times and afterwards, and then realized, well, Blizzard dropped esports, and then pretty much decided that he wanted to give back a little bit and support the esports scene. It's very much appreciated, and thanks to our Mr. X, who wants to stay anonymous, we have now tournaments like this one, so pretty awesome. And I want to point this out immediately before the YouTube comments go over it again, it's not me. If it was me, I would tell you. I have zero reason to sponsor tournaments and then say like, who is it? So yeah. Credit where credit is due. He wants to stay anonymous, but our Mr. X, it's not me. Nobody that most of you guys know. So yeah, appreciate that person for what he's doing, and there's that. Game on the other side. We got Lucio, we got Hanzo, and we got Blaze. I mean, after the games that he played in the winner bracket, I just want to see Copenhagen all day, every day on Leoric. After that Tomb of the Spider Queen game, I just want to see Copenhagen play nothing but Leoric for the rest of his life. Would probably be a little bit boring at some point, but yeah. So we got Medivh in, and that is the first time that Medivh gets played in the playoffs. As I said, the TomCats, they're willing to test some stuff out, so we're gonna get a look here. Arion also on Genji, and we got a Gamer Boy with Anduin. So there's Thrall locked in by Hazu, and we get Diablo. Alright, Thrall, Blaze, and Diablo. Thrall, the Green Jesus. Honestly, with Sundering, I always felt like he should be called Green Moses, because he's literally parting the opponent's team. But yeah, Shadow as the last pick. With Medivh, they can definitely go for some pretty sneaky plays here in Battlefield of Eternity, but if they want to dive that back line, I mean, good luck catching Hanzo. There's Malthael, alright, so he can go a bit deeper with the shield that he's gonna get. Battlefield of Eternity kicks all of this off. Map number 1 in the best of 5. Let's go, everybody. The TomCats against the Hardos. Game number 1, TomCats against the Hardos. On the left side, Heimirth on Medivh. We got Gamer Boy on Anduin, Arion on Genji, the Dark Wolf on Anubarak, Shadow on Malthael. On the right side of the map, Hazops is playing Thrall, probably trolling Thunder coming in a second, with Yasuo, Lucio, Nick on Hanzo, Bad Benny on Diablo, and Copenhagen on Blaze. Let's go, everybody. Game number 1, best of 5 in the losers bracket of the X-Cup Fall playoffs. So, Hazu, what's it gonna be? Usually trolling Thunder on this map lately, unless, of course, he's gonna go a little bit deeper on this and goes for the full stacks. I would absolutely love this. They can, yes, there we go. Trash Lightning. Let's go, boys. I absolutely love it. Normally, when you're on the side lane as Thrall, you can't really go into the talent. It's just not really feasible. Even if you do it in that 4-man, oftentimes what your opponent will do very quickly is just split one additional hero up to the top lane and play a 2-3 style so that your chances of stacking are diminished. But right now, Hazu has exactly what he needs. It's a 4 versus 4 where he can start stacking a bit, and if he plays this properly, then he can get that quest completed and will slowly increase the damage over time. Crash Lightning is honestly a talent that if you can stack it, it's great, but it's one of these things that if you are not able to pull it off, it's gonna be a problem in the long run. It's the best talent that you can possibly play on Thrall when you're playing an ARAM, when you're playing a Brawl. In those, you will always be able to stack that to completion and then end up with probably top damage in the game too. And normal games, pretty much the same. I mean, if you're using him, for example, in a quick match or in Hero League and you can join the 4-man, then that talent is fantastic. In competitive play, margin of error is a little bit smaller and your opponent will do a better job splitting. Not in every single encounter, but just in general. So we'll see how far Hazu can get with all of this. He's currently sitting at 4 stacks, so slowly and steadily he is going to increase the damage output. Now the important part, of course, upon completion is that the targeting of the lightning is going to change. So heroes will always be prioritized, and that increases your poke damage significantly. This is really where Thrall picks up most of his damage, if he's able to pull that off. When talking about stacks, Medivh is sitting at 17, so we're going to keep our eye on Heimirth and see if he is able to complete all of this. He's a little bit low right now and needs to be careful. We've seen way too many Medivh players lately die just before they were able to get the baseline completed. So there's that. But yeah, top side. Blaze is still playing this out solo. No big surprises here yet. Hazu, is he going to go for the Frostwolf pack? Or is he going to adjust that? Oop, Immortal spawning in 28. And team's already on the camps here. But yeah, you can go for full stacking with it. If you go Frostwolf camp here, then on level 16 you always have the choice of either going into Alpha Wolf and get the synergy with the level 4 talent, or you can go into your Thunderstorm and change it up there. Here comes the Frostwolf pack, so later on Hazu will have to decide what exactly he prioritizes. No kills thus far. A few more stacks for Heimirth. Medivh is sitting at 21, and they're guarding their own Immortal. It's an interesting start here. So, who's taking the lead for now? Everybody's just playing defense. Nobody's going for the all-out aggression just yet. They could do that now down at the bottom, I suppose. But here we go. Slow pokes. Everybody's just trying to take those camps down, or at least push the lane a bit further. Nick has done that at the top so far. And the blue team is running out of patience and moves in for the Immortal. The stun into the stun. The shield is not enough to save Anduin. He poked his nose out a little bit too much and dies. And so does Malthael. Easy double kill right there. Unlucky, of course, for Anduin. But also well done by the Hardos. They see the opportunity and they just stun him fully into the Immortal Stun. And that is a chain that Anduin just cannot escape. So he goes down, and that's an easy halftime show for the Hardos as they drop the Immortal to 50%. Well done by them. Now, Dibbles all the way topside. Also locking a bit more experience in, which is another big problem because they're so close to level 7 that they should have no problem locking this one in too. 9 stacks for our boy Thrall. Yeah, exactly. So 9 stacks for him, as I said. We have 1 on the Frostwolf packs. I didn't complete that yet. Too many people died too quickly, but there it is. 50% on the Immortal. Another stack for Hazu, so he's sitting at 10 right now. And they go for the engager. At least Bad Benny goes, and he goes deep. Trying to bait them into the choke point here. Successfully, I might add, but Blaze isn't with them, so this is technically a 4 versus 5, and it also gives Medivh a few more opportunities to stack his own baseline. He's at 32 now. Immortal transitioning down to the bottom of the map. And in we go. 11 stacks for Hazu, 3 on the Frostwolf pack. Level 7 talents are available for both, and that gives us the augmented guard after we got the Dragon Claw. And the side engage by Copenhagen. Medivh, careful. 34 stacks for him. 36. Don't die now, dude. Heimearth needs to be super cautious. Bad Benny, another hit. And there's the kill on Diablo. The fort falls. They sacrifice Benny for it. Quest completed. 37 stacks for Medivh. But he's alive, and Nick might die! He's so close! And Nick is dead. They get the kills, Nick is dead, and so is Blaze. 3 kills in total all of a sudden for the TomCats. They lost the fort, but at least they gained a huge chunk of experience and some map control. Medivh was close to dying too. He's still sitting at 37, so he isn't done yet. But Hazu has also gotten a few more hits in, so he's on 14 stacks now on level 1. Which isn't too bad considering that we're only 6 minutes into the game. So, yeah, there's that. That's a pretty good one too. I think Medivh is fine. Medivh shouldn't lose that. It shouldn't happen. But it's 3 more, and they really want him, don't they? I mean, if they can't kill him, that would be insane, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, Medivh is gonna wait for that opportunity. There it is, 38, 39, 1 more. Time to feed. Oh, no, not yet. Still 1 short. Yeah, he's gonna get it against Diablo eventually. Not jumping the gun, I suppose, but down at the bottom, still a bit of a 1v1. No, they're going for full setup against Shadow. The big rotation coming as they're trying to get the kill here. Malthael in trouble, and he's dead. Malthael down. Portal came a bit too late to be helpful, so both teams will likely get level 10 around the same time. Hazu with the 14 stacks didn't really get any chances to get more together. But the quest is now finally done for Medivh. Time to feed, baby. Quest completed. Time to go YOLO. We got the bubble this time. The sound barrier for Lulcio. Green Moses is going to part the opponent again with his shockwave or the sundering here. And we got a lot of stuns. I mean, we got a Dragon's Arrow into the Apocalypse and also Sundering. The one thing that you have to prevent from happening is using Sundering as the arrow flies. That would piss probably more people than only Hanzo off. And of course on the other end, we now have Light Bomb, we got the Ley Line. You have some nice plays here, especially with the follow-up on our boy Malthael. The problem is they give the halftime show up. They go for their camp, but the halftime show is now simply given over to the Hardos. And that timing did not work out at all for the TomCats. Again, they find themselves at a disadvantage here. So their rotations between camps and objective are a bit slow, and they're obviously paying the price for it now. 3 kills to 3, level 11 on both sides. But let's see what else they can do. A little bit of poke happening around the Immortal, and Malthael is still at the bottom of the map. Both of the teams are actually pushing for lane. Especially up at the top, where Hazu and Nick are threatening to take down the fort. And they're likely going to succeed here. There's nobody to stop them. Genji was thinking about it, and so was Malthael. They're finally wrapping around here, but it's already too late to have any impact. And at the bot lane, yeah, this is just not happening. Especially as the tower is targeting the Shaman directly. So up at the top, there's the kill and the double. Nicely done. Malthael down. Medivh down. And another stack for Hazorbs. Dark Wolf also. Oh yes, if that Boss Wolf would have connected, whew, he would have likely fallen. So as it stands, 5 kills to 3, and this Immortal is gonna become a big problem, because if they burn it down now, then we are talking about a huge shield amount. Like, the shield value is gonna be big. And with Hanzo, they should have no problem locking this one in. So yeah, that bad boy is gonna travel through the bot lane, and they should be able to crush this. Copenhagen gets attacked. Blue team still wants to fight, especially since the Hardos are getting closer to 13, so you want to take the battle before that happens. There's the APOC combo against the backline. Nice. Heimerth needs to move out on Medivh. They're trying to retarget, and the last rites was not enough to take Copenhagen down. Are you kidding me? Malthael went in for the kill and the stack, and Copenhagen somehow survived. 5 versus 4. Immortal is at the top, not the bottom. Big arrow. Holy shit, he got blown up. Oh my god. I feel a little bit sorry for Medivh at this point. Guys, check this one out. Have a look at Medivh here in this clip. Take a look at Medivh. Look at Medivh. Arrow, arrow, arrow. There's the Sundering, and bam. Someone got wrecked big time. And now they're going for the Dark Wolf, and Nuburak is in danger of getting wrecked as well. Less than 30 HP as he gets attacked here. And now, of course, they're making a play for the keep itself. We're only 10 minutes into the game, but they're not gonna have any problems taking the keep. If they get another kill, guys, they can go core. They can go core here. They go for Genji. Look at this! They might not be able to finish it, but they're definitely going to do some serious core damage. And if Shadow falls, if Malthael dies, they might just end the entire thing. We're only 10 minutes into the game. And Nuburak is dead. Everybody else is on the run. The core is falling slowly but steadily. And that's the end of Anduin with the support gone and Genji about to die. The core is vulnerable. They're moving in for it. Easy peasy. 40%. 9 kills, 2-3, and that is game number 1. The Hardos claim it on Battlefield of Eternity against the TomCats. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. The Hardos in the lead. And again, they're the favorites here, and they showed that very clearly on map number 1. Battlefield of Eternity can, of course, be a bit snowbally, and that game just turned quickly against the TomCats. Yeah, they got taken down there, so now they are attempting to bring this back. They went for first pick. Obviously, the losing team, as usual, has a choice whether they want to have first pick in the next game or whether they want to pick the map. They decided that they want to go for first pick and first ban. Therefore, the Hardos with the map choice, they went for Tomb of the Spider Queen here. So another map where we have a lot of wave clear, reigning supreme, and we'll see what they can do for now in this one. I'm a bit curious to see what's happening with the bans in particular. Going up against Nick, for example, do you ban something like his Carrigan? Junkrat is banned first and foremost, so yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Stukov could be banned too. Vala is, of course, another one that you want to think about on this map. There it is, the quick ban. It was kind of cool to see Medivh again. Didn't really have the impact that you normally want from him, unfortunately. He got his stacks together, so that was kind of nice. But not much more than that. One of the disadvantages of having the game end this quickly was also that Thrall never got to a point where he realistically could have completed his level 1, so he didn't see that big power spike that comes when you are able to do that. But it shows clearly one of the downsides on this. While you are starting to rank up that damage slowly and steadily, oftentimes it doesn't have, like, the quest reward doesn't have the impact that you want it to have because it happens so late in the game normally. At least on this level of play. Now, Stukov gets banned. Again, that was more or less a given, but now that Maiev is also eliminated, that leaves potentially Mephisto for Nick. He played it on this map a lot. Could go into Carrigan, so that's only 2 of the choices that Nick could make here. What are we getting for first pick, though? I mean, the TomCats, again, they have to come in here with a plan. And wave clear normally reigns supreme on Tomb of the Spider Queen. They go for the Haka, which we've seen here a lot. I mean, initially it feels a little bit weird because it's not the biggest map. Normally globals in the past tended to only be picked on maps that are pretty big. So for example, Brightwing and Falstad never really had a place on Tomb of the Spider Queen for the longest time. But in the last couple of years, things have changed slightly, and now you see all of these heroes also picked here, since you can still try and pressure those side lanes a little bit. You have a bit more mobility on the macro, and you always have the chance to just move with the Haka towards the top. And even outside of the global, he adds so much. He is great on that side lane. He has the wave clear that he needs. He is able to also provide the CC during a team fight, even outside of his ult. So yeah, pretty good for him. Lucio, of course, for quick rotations between the lanes. And again, Medivh. Look at that. Are we going to get a Diablo this time together with him? Leyline into APOC? Or do they play it without the combo? It Stitches. Kidnap combo. Alright, we get a kidnap combo, everybody. Yeah. Stitches with a Gorge. Portal comes in. And then Stitches goes for the bye-bye. And rushes out. Okay. Haven't seen one of those in a while. What could we see on the other side now to stop this? Any kind of stun, any kind of lockdown, a Nubarok with a cocoon would really help. The second that Stitches uses Gorge, you want to make sure that he cannot move through that portal. That's going to be important. And that could also be what gets banned now by the TomCats. Someone that could screw with Stitches when that happens. So, yeah. Let's see how they are going to play this one. What did they ban? Sylvanas gets banned against them. As a support on the side of the TomCats, you also want to have someone with a stun. Maybe Uther, maybe Malfurion. Blaze, okay. Yeah, no bunker. Now the counter play. Benny in Copenhagen. Are they going for a Nubarok? Technically, a Nubarok could really fit the bill here. You come in and you drop the cocoon. You go for Chen. Alright. Could go for the Keg, and there's a Nubarok. So Nubarok gets picked. We got Fat Illidan. Can go for the top Keg plays. Can also jump in and out. Pretty tanky too. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a good setup by them. That leaves Nick as the last pick, and as already discussed earlier, potentially a Carrigan. Maybe not against this. Could go for Mephisto though. And Arian in game out. There's the Carrigan and Whitemane. Alright, alright, alright. So much for Nick's Carrigan here today. Can Nick's Carrigan carry again? I don't think so. Picked away and denied. Not today. So what are we going to get from him? It's going to be some sweet range damage. Maiev banned, Carrigan taken away from him. They got already a fair amount of wave clear. But he could always help out and chip in a bit more. And there it is, Hanzo! Yeah. Honor! Okay, Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Map number 2, best of 5 in the losers bracket of the X Cup Fall Playoffs. Let's go, everybody. The TomCats against the Hardos. TomCats against the Hardos, Tomb of the Spider Queen, second map in the best of 5. On the left side, we got Arian on the Haka, Heimirth on Medivh, the Dark Wolf on Stitches. Gamer Boy is playing Whitemane for the blue team, and Shadow is playing Carrigan. On the right side of the map, Hazops on Tychus, we got Nick on Hanzo, Yasu, Gesundheit, on Lucio, and Bad Benny is playing Nubarok with Copenhagen on Chen. Yeah, no Leo for him this time. But there is no real range damage for the TomCats. I mean, Medivh, obviously, especially when he is done with his Arcane Rift, can do some serious damage, so it's not like they have none. But they don't have that range damage dealer that you normally expect. They have a lot of CC that they can use, so that's kind of nice. But in this case, they already YOLO them out pretty early and couldn't get anything with it. Copenhagen, by the way, you know, that man, he knows how to run the fashion game. Look at this. Chen in the white and black armor. By far the best. By far the best. Not even a contest. This man rides in style. He's on the cloud. I let it slide. Could have been the money pick. But still, this is exactly the kind of skin that you need for Chen, and the tint is perfect. Nice coloring it too. Black, white, nice contrast. Really impressive. So that is definitely an A that he gets for effort and also for his fashion sense here. Can definitely concur. Now, we have 9 stacks together for Medivh, and ooh, Dehaka, hello? At the bot lane, our boy gets taken down, so Dehaka is already dead. That's the first blood for the Hardos, and a bit of push power towards the bot lane. Haha, nice grenade! Heimirth comes out of the portal and gets immediately greeted by a grenade. It's not the greeting that you're normally hoping for. Shadow is isolated, Carrigan! The shield, she gets nowhere. But they nearly drop Hazu here. Carrigan was fully isolated by them, and here comes the portal! How did Yasuo get away in Hazu? Yeah, they could have both died here. Bit of a missed opportunity for the TomCats, but I like the aggression. Good on them. Trying to also follow up with another Carrigan combo. Stitches with the hook, both of them missing. But they are YOLOing it. They are really YOLOing it in an attempt to take them down here. So yeah, nicely done. Down to the bot lane. Careful. We have in the middle of the map another little skirmish. And no, Dehaka! Not again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not that guy. 18 stacks and he saves them. Medivh, he gets away. Yeah, those are the moments when your adrenaline as a Medivh player starts pumping. 18 stacks, that's not really too much yet, but of course it's way more that you're willing to lose in such a scenario. And the fights continue. I mean, they don't stop right now. It's going to be interesting after level 10 if they can go for those kidnap combo attempts. With the Dark Wolf using Gorge, that's going to be pretty important. We have by now a Tenderizer on level 4. We got the Patchwork Creation here as his level 1 talent. And they even sniff him out, and that's bad for him because he can't escape. Yeah, he can try to waddle away, but our boy is a pretty thick hitbox, and you can take that down easy peasy. Yeah, he needs to do a little bit of cardio, yoga, whatever, but yeah, that hitbox is just a bit too massive. You need 1 or 2 heroes and you can body block him into oblivion. Dehaka obviously is suffering as well, gets the drag connected here, but Yasuo is immediately ready to shove him back. So the entire wall is about to fall, second tower is about to get dropped. 3 kills to 0, and they go for Dehaka again. And Arian, he's barely making it out of here. White main, full mana, full HP, just says, see ya, not interested. Nah. So I'm not quite sure what exactly happened there, but yep, apparently white main dropped. I was already a bit confused why exactly Heimerth would immediately move out there, but as it stands, yeah, white main apparently dropped. So let's take inventory of what's happening here real quickly. So we have the entire wall at the bot lane already eliminated, so that's bad news. Up at the top, they did a bit more here as well. Now, the red team is doing some solid damage. They are now half a level ahead. They have 3 kills to 0. The damage also underlines that, as you can see. With the 11,000 on Tigers and the 10,000 on Hanzo, the two of them are way ahead of anybody else on the blue team side. So the combo that we see for the TomCats currently doesn't really work. Now, they do not have that range damage dealer. And as I said earlier, this is a bit of a problem for them. But at the same time, they have a lot of CC that they can use. And especially in this battle that we had right here, where they then followed up with a portal towards the top right, this could have been a double kill. So if they got those 2 kills, it's a very different game. Now they're still in a spot where they can, with a bit of connected CCs and good CC chains, take some of those targets down. But it will be more important to see what happens after level 10. Because the idea obviously is to get Gorge, get a portal, and isolate targets. For that you have to hit your hook, or you have to make sure that the Dark Wolf is able to move in, and you have to dodge out on an Uberak's Cocoon. Because Benny is going to try and Cocoon Stitches every single time that happens. And we have to keep our eye on if that's going to be possible for him or not. Now the danger is that at level 10, they're already going to be far behind. Now the good thing is that every single time that you play Stitches and you fall behind, if you just use those hooks properly, you can come back into the game, because these isolated kills can give you a way back into a match after you're already behind. But the danger here is really that the red team is now starting to build up some momentum. They're going to get the first turn in maybe. They have enough gems. And with the kills against Dehaka in particular, they already denied some gems to the TomCats. But the problem is, of course... Ooh, yes. There we go. Shit. Medivh down. That's 20 stacks that he just lost on the baseline. Yeah. Yeah, the problem, as I just said, is if you get multiple turn-ins now, and you get more experience through those turn-ins, and then establish that talent lead, catapult it forward to level 10, get another turn-in, then by the time that the TomCats hit level 10, they might not be in a spot anymore where they can realistically start a comeback. That's a big problem. So, yeah, it's dicey. Right now, oh boy, White Mane is dead too. Okay, guys, this is not going well for them. They tried something here, and I guess if they get the early game kills, then it's a different story, but right now they're really suffering. They're suffering damage pretty much everywhere. 5 kills to 0. There's the first Webweaver wave, and with that, they should hit level 10. Oh boy. Yeah, that is gonna get difficult. That's gonna get real difficult. They need some good hooks now and combos afterwards so that they can get kills and bridge that experience gap a bit. Because this one is very, very dangerous. But yeah. Anyways, for now, we got the push straight up through the middle with the Web Weavers. We have at the bot lane another one coming in too. But this is starting to get real dangerous because, yes, we are closing in on level 10. And of course, by now, Chen has started to bully the bot lane hard. Came in right here with the Web Weavers to try and take the fort down. Mid lane, top lane, they're all being attacked. And yeah, the Hardos, they are definitely on a mission here. They want to make a statement. Weren't too happy dropping down into the lower bracket and are now doing their best to at least advance forward. High Mirth is low, has only 7 stacks, so even if he dies, he doesn't lose too much. Obviously, still wants to prevent this. Fort in the top lane and the bot lane has been destroyed, so both of them are down. The Haka was able to save the one at the bottom for now, but as you can see, it's now level 10 versus level 8.5. Ariane is moving away just so they can't drop on him, take him down and kill him easily here. Medivh falls once more. Yeah, this is not going well. Meme Strike is in, isolates them away from White Mane. Dark Wolf nearly dies. White Mane doesn't stand a chance and gets dropped. It's still an entire level until the TomCats hit level 10. They have 48 gems. And guys, even with the turn-in already completed, the Hardos have more gems than the blue team and could go for a second turn-in now. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. I mean, yeah, this is kind of difficult. If you have children in the room, make sure that you slowly guide them out of it without them watching the screen, because this can traumatize you. I mean, this isn't legal in so many states, and if you watch that too closely, it can be a traumatizing experience. They'll need professional help for years. I mean, they're already dead. Stop kicking them. They go for the boss, they go for the Web Weavers, they go for the full shebang. Still no level 10. They're gonna get both. This is gonna hurt. They're going for the speedrun, baby. They're going for the speedrun here. Medivh, I like it. I mean, I like the optimism, don't get me wrong. The optimism is great, but they unleash everything on the point. The Ultralis gets taken, the Web Weaver is already moving down, they go for the fight, the ley line is there, could go for the Gorge, Nick a bit low, they're gonna get at least one kill, maybe more, Nick! Yeah! Nick down, so is Carrigan, 8 kills, 2-1, the boss is already at the keep, everybody else is trying to get away. And they're able to pull it off, at least for now. But here comes the Panda. Fat Illidan is on the chase. Starting to move in. Wants to go for Heimerth, wants to go for Arian. Stitches is already gone. And Web Weavers plus boss melt the top lane away. They're going through the gate and keep like hot butter through cheese. The Hardos taking down one player after another. 11 kills to 1. The mid lane keep gets attacked. The one at the bot lane is also in danger. Carrigan trying to rush away. The Panda with a big keg plays once again. Yasuo wants to kill. Nick steals it. And here comes the push for core. Everything is dead and dying. We're 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. And the Hardos just absolutely crush the TomCats. I always knew that the Hardos were dog people, but this game proves it for sure. 13 kills, 2-1. Impressive performance by the Hardos, no doubt about it. They take the 2-0 lead in the best of 5. Hardos against the TomCats. I feel a little bit sorry for the TomCats, but the Hardos, they are establishing dominance here. Dragonshire is our third map, and it might be the last one. Now, this is a map that... I mean, honestly, I feel from the Hardos perspective, this is a really good choice. because this is a map where you need to have a lot of coordination in order to control both of the shrines and then take the dragon and go for it. So yeah, from their perspective against a team like the TomCats, it makes a whole lot of sense to go for Dragonshire here. And yeah, the Haga gets banned. We are most likely also going to see a ban on Vala. I would be surprised if she makes it through the draft. I want to see what happens with Rek'Sai. As Rek'Sai again taken, as usual in Dragonshire, he is one of the top priority picks for the top lane. Could also go for Urel, which I think one of the teams will likely do. But the Hardos are obviously eager to really just push the agenda here. So we'll see what they can do. A 2-0 lead is already fantastic for them. It's unlikely that the TomCats are able to win 3 in a row. But I would say from their perspective, even just winning a single map would already be awesome. And of course, miracles have happened in the past. But the Hardos, they are going to try to make it to the next round of the tournament here. They want to end up in the grand final. And there's the ban on Rek'Sai. It's kind of sad. Rek'Sai, honestly, he has so few maps where he's played these days. And then Dragonshire finally gets played and they ban him. I was like, that poor guy. Every single time I feel sorry for a hero that he doesn't get picked, I'm reminded that we have the Butcher in the game that sits in the corner somewhere and crying. Honestly, that's a chibi that I need, you know? I need a little bit of like a Butcher figurine that just sits in the corner and cries because nobody picks him. The Butcher has to be the saddest hero in the Nexus, if you think about it. I mean, guys, we had Meta Madness. How many heroes did we have banned? More than 70, right? Something like that. 70 heroes. And still nobody picked the Butcher. It was just sad. Uther as an early pick, and then we got Stukov and Lunara on the other side. So very likely a double support. Vala in second support? That's the moment to go for it. Right there. If you already go for the early Uther, and then Lara gets taken on the other side. That's the opportunity right here. Varian and Vala. Alright. Varian is in the house. Can start to taunt people again. And Gamer Boy, if you go for Vala after this, and most likely we're going to get Rain of Vengeance on level 10 so that he can add a stun. That's a lot. You have Uther with a stun, you have Varian with a stun, you have Vala that can follow up with one. Auto attacks obviously are going to hit hard too. And, well, what do you ban here? Second support maybe? Sideline? Yes, Urel gets banned. What? The space go to? Why are you like... What? Why are you no fun? Why are you no fun, Hardos? What does that leave for the top lane? That leaves us with Blaze, that leaves us with Leo. Maybe Malthael? Blaze and Leo, very likely. Alright. Blaze and Leo. I think those are probably the best choices that we can go for now. Well, time will tell. We need a main tank for them, of course. And we also need... Well, I mean, Nick is on Lunara right now. Could always swap that. I would love to see an Abathar comp. It's just not happening. But yeah. Hogger and Murden. Honestly, I'm just sitting here and just looking at this. Is there a chance that we get the slug? Maybe Muradin with Abathar is kind of nice. Hogger isn't too bad, you know. Hazu is the one that would play it. And I'm just looking at the draft and I'm like, yeah, on the one hand you could do it. On the other hand, the draft would be so much better if you just don't. So, yeah, it's a bit of a sad moment. But let's see what the blue team is going to do. They have Vala. Do they go for the second support? Indeed, they do. We got Oriel in instead of Blaze. They go for Leo as expected. Apparently, we're not going to get Blaze for this game. They decided in favor of Hogger instead. Dragonshire is map number 3. And we have the double support Vala again, this time with Varian at the front line for the TomCats. Whereas the Hardos take their time for the final pick. Are they maybe? Maybe. No. They go for Tazuna, everybody. Let's go. Dragonshire, game number 3. Let's see if the TomCats can put one on the scoreboard or if the Hardos take this with a 3-0. game number 3. On the left side, everybody, we got Heimirth on Oriel, Gamerboy on Vala. The auto attack style starting up with the double support. The Gambit component, that's of course what really triggers these double support picks. We have Varian, played by the Dark Wolf. Arian is on Uther, and we get Shadow on Leoric. On the right side of the map, Hardos playing Lunara, Bad Benny on Murden for the Hardos, Nick on Tacita, Copenhagen on Pogger, and Yazu with Stukov, and going for the low blow here as the level 1 talent. Okay, all eyes on Vala. Can our hyper carry pull this off? Yes or no? That's the big question. Get those stacks together, make sure that you don't die. That's actually the best advice in general. Make sure you don't die. Hazorps is going full OP Protoss at this point and playing around the Cyan Fusion. Low blow as already mentioned before. And top side we got our 1 versus 1. Whereas Muradin is going for the Candy King. But let's go. Yeah, this should actually be kind of nice. I was the entire time hoping for an Abathur pick there towards the end, but we're just not getting it. I mean, I keep saying that I have the best ideas to really revolutionize the meta in the game and also make Abathur a lot more viable, but nobody's listening to me. And that is the biggest problem here. I mean, again, Blizzard can rename it. Personally, I call it the bitch slap. But Blizzard can do whatever they want with it. They can call it the strong woman slap. I'm absolutely okay with this. But just make it so when Abathur actually tunnels behind a target and slaps someone from behind, that you insta-kill them. That would be fantastic. I mean, you can even go for a bit of a variation. Abathur, with each slap, he does 50% of the hero's hit point damage. So 2 slaps, kill a target right away. Imagine the possibilities. You move past any bush and all of a sudden there's Abathur. Big slap right there. You have a Medivh Abathur on one team. Portal behind you, bam, there's the slug. You go for, I mean, there's so many opportunities here. You have Abathur Garrosh. They walk side by side and then Garrosh throws Abathur, throws the slug behind you. And all of a sudden, bam, there's the slap. It's absolutely fantastic. So guys, again, Blizzard, take that idea and you can make Heroes the game that it was meant to be. Unleash its potential. I solved your problem. Bring Abathur back into the meta. Now anyways, in the game we actually get a couple of kills here. And for now it's 2 kills in favor of the TomCats as they are starting to make their moves here. The blue team also was trying to go for a bit of a steal up at the top camp on the right side, but they couldn't get it. And now Leo dies a second time as we have the Hardos pushing the lane in. So the entire wall is down. They're going to go for Fountain and Fort. And down to the bottom of the map we see a similar attempt by the TomCats. So pretty much what's happening here is the teams are just accelerating the game. The way that the game is going to play out here is getting massively accelerated because everybody is just starting to focus on structures. They're pushing, but the problem that we are now seeing for the TomCats is that while their top fort is pretty much getting murdered down at the bot lane, they're not able to make the same thing happen, and they even lose Oriel here. So that is a big issue. And most of it is because of the camp that was taken. They at least get the counter kill against Murden, but the situation is still the same. The fort still stands for the Hardos, and topside, the TomCats have lost their own. So there it is. And this is a little bit tricky. It's 3 kills to 3 kills. The experience range is still fairly alright, but it's gonna be problematic the more the red team is allowed to push their top lane, because they're going on the bridge of death and they don't give a shit. And Shadow is sitting here with Leoric and he's like, team, help, help! And nobody cares. Nobody cares. Instead, they're trying to go for the bottom fort, and it's just not working out for them. Instead, Vala is not even getting body blocked. The double support needs to try and keep her alive, and can barely do that. Bad Benny jumps out, but the entire top gate is now down. So, I am not quite sure how long they want to play this one out, but in the long run, this is not going to work. They finally get the fort down here, but it's still not really the same. Muradin is jumping in and realizes mistakes were made, but they're turning it on the Dark Wolf. And I love how both of the supports don't give a shit about him. Both of them are just looking at Vala and they're like, we're gonna keep you safe, don't you worry. Nobody turns around to help Varian. So yeah, maybe Varian was taunting his own teammates a bit. Doesn't change the fact that Yasuo is now going to get the first Dragonite. So we get the big Dragonite in the game. And they are an entire level ahead by now. We're still only 4.5 minutes in. So I just want to stress that again. It's 4.5 minutes in the game. First Dragonite. 2 forts are eliminated. And the top keep, I think, has even taken a bit of damage. So yeah, it's a very interesting development here. Now the Dragonite obviously is only going to go for the Dragon's Breath. Guys, if you see this, please copy that behavior in your own games. Don't just mindlessly YOLO into 2 towers and get taken down there. Stay back, use the Dragon's Breath time and time again on cooldown, burn those minion waves down, take those towers down slowly, and then just playing with a bit of patience. Level 10 abilities give you a bit of an advantage in this game, in case that you haven't noticed that yet. And if you don't have level 10 abilities, you should never fight against a team that does. And the reason why is what you're witnessing here in front of you. Massive slaughter, total massacre, as we have Vala dying for the first time. So that means one of the Gambit components is now eliminated. She loses 5% of her attack speed. And we have every single fort destroyed. Don't know what to tell you. The Hardos are done with this shit. The Hardos, they lost in the winner bracket. They dropped down into the losers bracket. And then they just said, guys, we're going to speedrun this. We're going to move on to the next round of the tournament. But yep, we are not going to lose here. This is just not happening. So they are going through the TomCats. And they are running every single one of these maps as fast as they possibly can. And the TomCats are just struggling to stabilize. They have level 10 now. And they go for even more control thanks to the stun on Uther with the Divine Storm. Vala, as expected, has gone into the Rain of Vengeance. But what they need to do now is really just somehow get a foothold in this game and get a couple more kills. They're trying to invade the camp. It's not a bad idea. Ogre isn't there. Big slap from Yasu. They're trying to go for the taunt, but Wolf is low. It's a 4 versus 5. They're losing a 4 versus 5 here, everybody. Shadow is low, might barely survive. Vala is dead again. And Leo has also fallen. So did Varian. They lost a 4 versus 5. And now they're getting farmed. They're getting absolutely farmed. The 2 supports are still here. Heimirth is cracking the whip. But even that is not enough. He's gonna die. Goodbye, Oriel. And now the entire map is opened up here. Stormbull against Leo. That one didn't connect, but we are on level 13 versus level 11. Goodbye, Leo. He came, he saw, and he peed his pants. Veni, vidi, PP. 13 kills to 4. They're absolutely crushing them. Resurrect is in, but this is just murderous. Top side, he's waiting for the shrine to activate. He's like, boys, I got this. And while they're attacking the bottom of the map and just absolutely crushing Vala every opportunity they get. I think she died 3 times now. So she lost 15% of her attack speed bonus that she gets with the level 1 talent. Top side is getting pressured by catapults and camp. They're not even defending this. I mean, they're not even here. Copenhagen is just trying to steal all of this. But I think the TomCats at this point are also slowly but steadily realizing that this is just not happening. So they lose their top keep. Vala has no chance of defending it. Copenhagen, he gets the Dragonite. We are 8 minutes into the game. 3 forts on the blue team side are destroyed. So is their top keep. And they are losing more and more ground as we speak. The TomCats, again, it was great for them to make it into the playoffs. They worked hard for it. They won their first match in the winner bracket. They dropped down into the losers bracket as Team eliminated them, found themselves facing off against the Hardos, and obviously they are a little bit outclassed here, but still, big shout out to them. They played a fantastic tournament, they played great qualifiers, they emerged more or less out of nowhere and showed everybody that they can even annoy the top teams a little bit. But right here, right now, the Hardos, they want to move on. They want that pizza money. They want to get their fair share of the prize pool as they are taking 1 kill after another. That's going to be the end of Vala, very likely. Uther, the Ghost, actually keeping her in play. 18 kills to 4 now. 9 minutes in, we're looking at a 3-level lead. And the Hardos, they are done with this. Hazu has a romantic dinner planned with a girlfriend, and they got a reservation, and apparently it's in a few minutes. So they need to speed this one up. This is going to be a game. Once again, big shout out to the TomCats. Was awesome to have them in the qualifiers. Was awesome to see them here in the playoffs. And I hope that they're going to stick with it and that we're seeing them in more tournaments. But at the X Cup Fall playoffs, this is the end of the road for them. The Hardos, they are moving on to the next round of the losers bracket on their journey to potentially even the grand final as they take the TomCats down with a 3-0 GG. And well played, or not, Bad Benny. Are you shitting me? There we go. It's game. 28 kills in 10 minutes. The Hardos with a victory in the losers bracket.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.